Well, welcome back to these tapping videos, and I said I'd do more of these, and what I'm focusing on at the moment, if you've watched the previous ones that I've done, is the sort of primary emotions that we feel, without getting into the nuance of, breaking down the emotions into sort of more intricate pieces, because all emotions do work like that. We might have sadness, but we can break it down into different sort of depths, if you like, but we're going to keep it very simple. Taking full responsibility for your own health and well-being. These are not going to be very long, these videos. Hopefully you get some sort of release. We've done anger, we've done anxiety. Today we're going to do sadness. Now, just a little note on sadness, that I know that sadness and depression are actually two quite different feelings, actually. I want to make that quite clear. Depression is more of an internal collapse and actually a numbness. Sadness is different to depression, because often when we're sad we cry. People often get the two mixed up, and I want to make that quite clear. What we're tapping on today is sadness. If you're feeling sad, blue, we often put the colour blue to sadness, don't we? So again, I think it's a good idea to think about the body. Think about where the sadness is. Is it in the chest? Is it in the shoulders? Often people describe like feeling under a cloud, don't they? And that's all make it very visual for yourself, however you interpret it. Maybe think of a shape, whatever shape it is. Is it something that's holding you down? Is it on your back? Is it on your head? Wherever it is, think about these things and visualize them as we sort of tap along. So let's just start this general, you know, trying to see if we can sort of fluff up your energy, let go of some sadness, and let some light in. Okay, so taking full responsibility for your own health and well-being, tapping on the karate chop point. Rate it out of 10 as well. How high is the sadness? Is it a 10? Oh, it's so all consuming, or is it, about a 5? Let's just see if we can drop it a bit. Okay, so rate where it is, and then repeat after me. Even though I have all this sadness in my body because of X, Y, and Z that's happened, I just want to let this go now and let some light in. Even though I've got all this sadness and it's weighing me down, it's on my mind a lot, I can't seem to let it go. I can't seem to see the light. I'm going to try and let it go so I can let a bit of joy into my life. Even though I've got all this sadness in my system because of this event that happened, or I'm just feeling blue today, that's okay. I accept myself and I let it go. Top of the head. All this sadness that's stored in my body. Eyebrow. I feel so sad today. Side of the eye. And I've been crying a lot. Into the eye. It's important to honour this sadness. Under the nose. All this sadness that's stored up under the mouth. And it's really weighing heavy on me. Collarbone. It's safe to feel this sadness and let it go. Under the arm. All this sadness in my body. I'm going to give this sadness a colour. Eyebrow. I'm going to give it a shape. Side of the eye. And maybe I can shrink this sadness a bit while doing this meditation. I feel so emotionally sad. We all feel sad sometimes, and it's okay what I'm going through. This sadness is all-encompassing. And it's really, really holding me back. All this sadness in my system. What if something's caused this sadness? Can I do anything about that right now? Maybe I can't, and that's okay too. But I'm going to try and let this sadness go. all this sadness that's stored in my body, all this sadness that's clogging up my energy. It feels so overwhelming. And maybe I've been crying a lot. And that's okay too. I honour my sadness. Sadness comes and goes in life. It's okay to feel it sometimes. I just want to get a little bit of control over it. I just want a little bit of relief from this sadness. Oh, I'm so sad today. Maybe I've been sad for a long time. Maybe there's a pattern to my sadness. Or maybe I'm just having one of those days. But I'm not going to judge myself for it. It's okay to be sad sometimes. Let's see if I can let some of this sadness go. All this sadness. This overwhelming sadness. I just want to burst into tears right now. Tears are actually a release too. Maybe as I'm tapping through this, I am crying. But tears are a release. I release this sadness today a little bit. Even if I can just move this sadness down 1 point, it's still going to feel helpful. All this sadness that's stored in my body, I give it a voice. I'm going through this horrible sadness, and I'm going to let it go. I let go of all this sadness now. Releasing all this sadness. What if I can let a bit of light in through the clouds? As I tap, every tap reduces the sadness and lets a little bit more light in. All this sadness. Tap with both hands now, just to experiment. All this sadness in my body. All this sadness that's holding me back. All these dark clouds of sadness. I'm going to let them go. I release all this sadness now. Let go of this sadness. I can feel light again. I can feel joy again. Emotions are always temporary. They're very much like the weather. Today it might be gloomy, and that's okay. Tomorrow the sun will still shine. All this sadness. All this sadness. I'm gonna let it go. And maybe I can't let it all go. Maybe I'm just relieving it a little bit. And that's okay too. I honour the way I feel. But I'm going to take a bit of control over it. I release this sadness to the extent that I can, so I can have a little bit of a bad day. I honour my feelings. Take a deep breath. How was that? Re-rate the level of your sadness. Hopefully it's come down a bit. Maybe the shape of your sadness has changed. Maybe the colour's changed. Maybe the clouds have parted a little bit. And you can let a little bit of light in. As I said, emotions are temporary. Sometimes we just feel sad. And sometimes we have a reason. Sometimes we don't always know what the reason is. It's important to honour the way you feel. And hopefully this helped a little bit. See you in the next one.